this thing on? Anybody else here? Welcome back to S&STalk's one-stop shop podcast. This is the brand new setup. If you're wondering why we missed an episode last week, we had some things to work on, but it's finally revealed here. Today, I'm just here as the what's the proper word? Director. Sims is our producer, so he's got all the key points for the video. I'm gonna turn it over to him. Go ahead, Sims. Start it off.
Okay.
Already.
First off, we got video. Now we're not gonna. It's not gonna look like this whole time. As you can see, we're gonna look like this now. In case you didn't want to just like look at our faces, but every once in a while we might pop back in and like go back full screen.
I think they can still see our faces though.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's not like it's big. It's not just the whole thing. First topic. Stuart had something about wrestling. What is your...
Oh, we're starting off with the wrestling. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I was going to just mention NXT starting live. The 2 weeks that we've had, they've only had 1 hour so far. The other hour has ended up being on the WWE Network. But next week, bringing the big guns because they're matching up with AEW. That is the first head-to-head week. They say it's not a war. If you look at the card, as Sim said earlier, it's like a takeover. It's a war. They are bringing everything they got. But I wanted to mention that, but that's not the wrestling thing I wanted to. I had a question. If you could have the physical physique of any wrestler in of all time, sure, why not? Who would you choose? What wrestler to have the physique of them?
That's a tough one. I don't want nobody like Ryback or Hogan.
You don't want to be like super.
No, I don't want to look like H when he's jacked up. But I don't want to look like Keith Lee, Big Show. I don't want to look big. Somebody like... Am I taking their height too, or just like what they look like?
Yeah, everything about them.
Oh, ooh. Give me probably three people come to my mind. Give me Omega, Rollins, and my number one would probably be Edge.
I wasn't talking about. I wanted to make sure, like, physique wise, I think you were kind of throwing in there like looks and hair. Also, were you including that? Because I know because you just put everybody like. I wasn't putting like their looks. Like you don't have to be them. Just like the body type, maybe the height. The height and the body type. So like what they're looking like. My guy, I'm going with Kota Ibushi. I think Kota has like the physical specimen wise, he looks like he's straight out of a like some type of factory where they just like produce.
Looks like he was sculpted.
Yeah, exactly. Like that. I think like that's his height too. Sure, he's probably like 6 something. I'm taking Kota Ibushi because like just the way he just looked like he was molded to be a superstar. That's what I meant. I mean, you can add hair in there if you want to. I wasn't saying I want to look like Kota Ibushi. Not that anything's wrong with Kota. I'm just,
I mean, I'll take Edge's hair. Edge got some locks. I'd still say, I mean, Omega and Rollins are both. Rollins does that CrossFit, so he's in shape and all that. I don't want to look like Cena. That's even too big. Cena's too big. Ibushi's a good one. Hawk, he's a good one. He's not too big.
Who?
Hawk.
Oh, Pac. Okay.
I think that's it.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all I got. I just wanted to ask that question at the beginning.
Okay, we're gonna talk about some baseball. Let's see. I'll start with what I'm gonna say about it. So the other day on my phone, the Bleacher Report popped up with some baseball news, and it said, "Now, is it? I'm gonna guess it's Asuna. Is that how you say it?
Acuna.
Acuna. It said Acuna is out until the NLDS with a hip surgery. It said he was 3 shy of 40 home runs, 40 stolen bases.
Yeah.
What did you feel about that?
It's a big loss because he was rolling. I mean, like he's been on a crazy roll all year. I mean, we have depth. It's a baseball team is not one man. We have plenty of depth. Our bullpen's hot right now. We just won our the division, the National League East. Are we East or South? I or Southeast? I don't know, but our division. I can never remember. But our division, Atlanta won. So I mean, that is hard. It's a hard loss to not have him until, I mean, like literally all the way into the playoffs, and we're gonna need everything we can come out with those first few rounds, but like those first few games. But I think we're all right. I think we switch up Brian Snicker switches up the lineup good enough to where like Acuna don't even have to play a game, and we still have good enough depth in there every single time we play. So I think when he does come back, he's going to be fresher and ready to get out there since he has done what he's done this season and missed the first of the playoffs. That's going to like light a fire under him. So he's going to come back in and just be rocking it, which will help us go over the top. I think we can proceed to win without him for the time being until he gets better.
Okay. What is it that you had to say about what was your part about that you want to talk about baseball?
I was just going to mention that it is almost postseason time. It's almost playoff time. If you had I don't have to. The world knows I'm going for Atlanta. So if you got a team in the postseason that has looked hot to you that you think might win the World Series.
Well, since Tennessee don't have a team, I rock with Cleveland as my second city. So are the Indians in it at all? What are they looking like?
I can check real quick. I know.
If the Indians are in it, then
I mean, I thought about doing like something soon. You guys could look out for it. We might be doing like a postseason like thoughts. See like run down like the bracket when it comes out, maybe if you want to. But right now standings currently, the Indians. They are. See, ESPN updated my app, and I really kind of don't know how to run this thing now. Here we go. Okay.
You could have went on a laptop and showed everybody.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know if ESPN wants us to do that on there. Give them a little bit of filler while I'm looking this up. Oh, here we go. Never mind. We don't need to. Okay. So in the American League Central, you guys are number 2, right behind Minnesota Twins, who have already clinched the division, but your guys' record is 93-66, so you're pretty much in the playoffs.
Yep. Well, I'll be rooting for them. If not them,
yeah, you guys are probably in. Clearly.
Are the Yankees going to be in it?
Yeah, they're like 102 and 50. You know what? Let me just I'll tell you who's leading all the divisions real quick. American League East, Yankees at 102 and 57. Central is Minnesota 99 and 60. West is Houston 104 and 54. National League East, Atlanta has got it 97-62. That's the records, by the way. Central is St. Louis at 90 and 69, but they have not clinched it yet because Milwaukee's right behind them at 89 and 70. They have not clinched that division yet. And then in the West, the Dodgers got it 103-56. So that's the leaders. Everybody's clinched it except for that Central right there, which I heard them during the Braves game the other day. They were talking about that right there, that how those two have been clashing all season, Milwaukee and St. Louis. But yeah, go Braves. That's my team. We're going all the way. Anything else about baseball you got to add? Because I think I'm good.
No, that's it for me.
Rolling through the topics today.
We'll go to college football now. What did you have to say about college football?
Georgia, we had our toughest game to date, Notre Dame, Georgia. I don't know if you watched our game. Did you watch our game?
Yeah.
Okay. I know you like those red lights, those new red lights. That was amazing. That was fine. I know you liked it.
I actually don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, the red lights at the beginning of the game, the strobes and everything. It was crazy. The place was hype. Let me give you some numbers. 93,000 people in the stadium. That's more than what Mercedes-Benz Stadium can hold in Atlanta. Okay. Which is, I digress. 70 more thousand people were tailgating. That's crazy. Toughest game. I could sit here and pick out certain things. I'm not the coach. Kirby's got it handled. That we always have room for improvement. I think the biggest thing of why it was a closer game than what I would have liked was because we had not played a challenging opponent really up until that point, and sometimes if you wait till week 4 to play a tough opponent, that could set you back a little bit. But I think now that we got that out of the way, we're going to come out swinging the rest of the season. We got a week 5 off week. Then we play y'all. And you always got to watch out SEC play because, an SEC team could be the absolute worst in a season, but, still play everybody tough. Everybody in the SEC plays each other tough. So Georgia's always got to watch out. We can't sleep. But another thing I was going to mention is a lot of top 25 teams already have been losing, in upset games this year. A lot of, not just top 20, a lot of top 10s have been losing to, what you, not even ranked, not even close to ranked team. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on, all these top teams are top 10 teams that have been taking L's this season. Does that mean everybody else is getting better? Or does that mean these teams are just overhyped? Because some of them might have been a little bit overhyped. I think some of them are still a little bit too high, honestly. They ain't played nobody yet.
One of them was Michigan, right? They lost bad.
Twice.
I don't think they were overhyped because I always hear that, even I said it before, but when has Michigan done anything? I don't think nobody thought they were good. Urban, I was listening on the Fox thing they do before the games, and he was like, in a nutshell, basically like saying they're not nothing, but he didn't say it like that. But like nobody's thinking they're anything. So that, I mean, I guess I don't know who overhyped them to get that high in the rankings, but I'm not surprised because they never do nothing anyway.
And once again, we will, because we did it with Devin. We did our predictions. We're gonna revisit it. You know, we're gonna get him back on here, and we'll talk more about college football. I just wanted to mention that. You can continue.
I'm not sure what other top 10 teams ended up losing besides Michigan.
There's been some that like they haven't played anybody yet. Honestly, that has given them the credibility to be as high as they are. I don't want to name drop people right now. You know, we'll save it, but there's some teams up there in the top 10 that has not played anybody credible enough yet for them to say, oh yeah, this is a, you know, show me somebody who they play. And
like Alabama.
Okay, Ohio State, they don't. I mean, who's the toughest people they play? Like I said, the toughest people they probably play this year is Michigan, and we just talked about how Michigan was not that great. And Florida, I don't think if we go back and look at that Florida Miami game at the beginning of the season, that was the like sloppiest way to ever open up NCAA season. Like that, and they're number 9. Why are they number 9? Because they ain't lost yet, and preseason had them at number 9 or whatever. So that's why they're number 9. But I don't think they will be there much longer, and not even just because Georgia plays them. I don't think that they're worthy of that spot. Anybody else? I would
Does
say
same go for Clemson and Alabama?
I mean, Alabama's SEC, and I'll say this right now. You might mark my words right here. I don't know if Alabama's winning the West. LSU is tough, man. If you've seen LSU play this season, Auburn, don't get crazy about Auburn. Auburn beat Texas A&M. I don't. But LSU, Alabama might, because I mean I'm watching them too. Because if we get the East, we're playing one of those two teams. It's got to be. So we're in the championship. So we're watching all of them. Anybody else I want to mention? Clemson, you said. I don't think Clemson plays anybody in the regular season. There's no ACC opponent that gives them any challenge. But I can't. I mean,
I know. Like, do you think they deserve their ranking? You said like Ohio State and Florida haven't played nobody.
Yes, because you could say, well, they don't have no ACC competition, but when it comes to playoff time, they still have delivered. So, I mean, it's not that they can't play nobody. They just really don't during the regular season because there's no ACC competition. But once again, I think Georgia can beat everybody. I got to believe that. That's in my bones. I bleed Georgia. So I got to believe we can beat anybody. I would love to blow out Saturday, but I think now that game put us on more of a direction to be even better.
That's all you had?
That's it.
Okay. I wanted to talk about, I was watching the Rams and the Browns, and the two running backs are Chubb and Gurley, both from Georgia. And the announcers were talking about like Georgia is running back U. And they were saying, you have Michelle, Chubb, Gurley. And they showed a picture of when all three were on campus at the same time. And they showed them like all on like the sideline. Yeah. And for me, I was wondering, I feel like I didn't expect them to mention him right then because he's not as popular, but I don't hear him as much. Whenever I don't hear people talk about Marshall. Was Keith Marshall? That was his name?
Yeah.
So I don't hear people talk about him that much. And when it was Gurley and Marshall there, they were
Gersh.
they had a whole nickname. Now the only reason I know this is two reasons. One, I lived in Georgia, and everybody's a Georgia fan. And then second, you're a Georgia fan, so I hear about it all the time. And then the commentators, they say it. So I wanted to ask you, if you feel like Marshall doesn't get the credit he deserves, because for somebody to have a nickname with somebody, to be known as, a 1-2 combo,
Yeah.
and not get mentioned when they talk about their running backs.
Definitely, he doesn't get what he's good. He's great. I think he's a sleeper. He's not. I'm not even sure which NFL team he's on right now. But
Is he?
Is he?
I don't know. I'm asking.
I think if he was a starter on whichever team he's on, I think he could do just as good. I just think that there's somebody who has a credit. Let me just look where he is, because Redskins. So who's the Redskins starter right now?
Well, it was Peterson last year, but then they gave Peterson like a healthy scratch during the first game, but then the running back got injured, so then they put Peterson in.
So
I don't know if the other running back is healed up yet.
So I don't know. Keith might be playing right now. I don't really know, but I mean, he was behind AP. Okay, it's AP. So now he might be getting that. He might be getting more playing time right now. I haven't seen one of their games yet. If he does, I think he could be. They could be talking about him just like any of the other ones. But I think he's just behind other people right now. Is got the credibility to start. If you have Adrian Peterson.
Well, I didn't necessarily mean in the NFL, because he's must not be getting the playing time. I meant in the sense of when they talk about, like, even in college, when they talk about Georgia as running back, when they're talking about DeAndre Swift, and then they talk about all the people that's before him, I don't really hear Marshall, even in like that sense.
I mean, I hear Marshall when we're talking about Georgia. When we're talking about running backs, I still say Marshall. Like, I still say, oh yeah, you got Gurley, Marshall, Chubb, Herschel Walker, Michelle, Swift. I could go on, Harrion, but I think they talk about the three you mentioned, other than Keith, because they have went on to NHL. They have went on to NFL and they've had success so far. Like they're playing every game in the NFL. I think that just leads people to talk about them more. Keith hasn't played as much in the NFL as them, so it's easier just to not. I mean, at Georgia, we could talk about what Keith did all day. Him and Gurley was the 1-2 punch. That was Gershel, and even more of a 1-2 punch than Chubb and Michelle. I mean, they were great together, but I mean, Gershel was like, it could be either play. Like Gurley, we do that anyways. We switch out a running back almost every play, but the way those two were just together, it was something different.
All right. That was it. I just was watching the Rams and Browns, and they brought that up, and they showed it, and it just reminded me of. I don't hear about Marshall a lot.
Yeah.
We're gonna move to The Masked Singer.
Okay. You ain't got nothing on this, right? This is just me.
This is all you, bud.
So, did you watch any of the first season?
No.
So, okay, you know what it is though. This show is like hyped out the moon. I mean, it's a good show, but like first season, T-Pain won, and it was so big because he won without the auto tune, and that's why people couldn't guess who he was. He can really sing. So the debut of season 2 came out, season premiere, like yesterday. I think it was yesterday. and we were watching. I didn't watch like every episode of season 1, but I kind of want to watch season 2, like every episode, because you got to see like there's like 16, and they do like it's like 2-hour specials in the beginning, so it's like 8 and 8. So this first 8 was yesterday, and it's a cool show because one, they give you clues because you, along with the panel of judges, is trying to guess who the person is, but also they're trying to win this singing competition at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool because you don't know who it is that can sing like that. Like some of them can sing pretty good, and some of them you can tell they're not professional singers, but nobody on there like sucks. Like so, but it's so cool because you don't know who it is. You can't really tell off their voice because most people, like Terry Bradshaw was on there last year. Ain't nobody heard Terry Bradshaw sing until the show, you know, and nobody knew it was him. But like the clues are also fun to like try to guess who they are, you know. And so just I wanted to mention this because whoever all these people are so far, whoever is the Rottweiler, can sing. I don't know who the Rottweiler is, but if you hear this dude can sing. If you don't do anything else tonight, go look up his performance. The Rottweiler.
Why don't we look it up right now?
Give me copyrighted off YouTube.
Oh
All right, let's look it up.
look it up.
Let's look it up.
Make sure you share.
All right, give me just a second. Fill them in on something. So talk about it.
Okay. I know last year Antonio Brown was on the show, I believe. I saw some previews and I saw that man come out from underneath the mask.
Yeah.
It's weird because he's in like ever since pretty much the end of last season, he's in a bunch of controversy. So when I first saw that, I was like, "Oh, is this the new stuff?" And they got Antonio Brown. That's weird. But no, that was.
All right. Let me. All right.
We got a new feature.
We have a new feature. It's called YouTube on YouTube.
Hey.
All right. So, once again, you know the concept of the show.
Yeah.
We didn't watch the clues for this guy. That's basically everything they've picked up on him so far is they think he's an athlete. And because he had like a ring, like a Super Bowl ring, I think, and he kept talking about how like this is his second chance or something like that. So, you know, people were picking up clues on, oh, this athlete, is it an athlete? But the cool thing was people had started believing he was an athlete so much that like every time an athlete comes on there, they don't expect a professional singer, you know? Like they're like, oh, he's an athlete. He probably is not going to have a great voice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like it's cool because he did have a good voice. So like if you can't hear it, just let me know. But you should be able to hear it, I guess. We're testing this out just like everybody else. Watch out for she's a man. Who is this? Unbelievable. Oh, here she comes. Watch out for oh, here she comes. She's in Delhi. It's a Pluto boy. So, I mean, just from that right there, if that is an athlete, that's why it's so cool because, like, it's like hidden talent, you know? But they're also trying to guess who it is at the same time.
Yeah.
It's just a cool show. It's a cool show. The two people who got eliminated was, on the first episode, was egg and ice cream. Everybody basically guessed egg. It was kind of easy. It was the, you know, the ice skater the dude ice skater, and like Johnny Weir or something like that. He's an ice skater in the Olympics. Once he gave his clues, everybody was like, "Yeah, that's him." But the ice cream, I was convinced it was Rob Dyrdek. You know who Rob Dyrdek is? You don't know who Rob Ridiculousness?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was convinced it was Rob Dyrdek. Totally, because he was like, I got a lot of money off this streams, and he was like viewers, and he was like, I did skateboard, but not a lot of people know that about me. And I was like, and the way he sounded, because they muffle over their voices when they talk, but when they sing, it's the people's actual voice. Everything that dude was doing, it sounded like Rob Dyrdek. And Jenny McCarthy thought it was Rob Dyrdek too, but it was Ninja, the Fortnite guy, the YouTuber. So
y'all don't got Fortniters on there.
Yeah. So yeah, but there's some good dudes, but Rottweiler, that man killed it. That man Rottweiler, he was killing it.
I mean, he sounded all right.
Watch it live. No, that man was good.
Plus, it was kind of lagging right there. I don't know if I would watch. It was kind of not lagging. It was kind of like skipping and like.
Oh, it was good for me. Maybe.
Well, obviously.
Maybe it's if you share it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a cool show. Just check it out time.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard it was good.
They were competing with NXT. It was at 8:00, but I mean, I still gave NXT the view too, because we weren't watching Masked Singer live; it was recorded. So I had NXT on that viewership. I was watching.
Yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't watch over NXT. I have no, I don't really care to watch it. I heard it's good. I mean, you don't come back for a second season if you don't do well. So
yeah, the only thing you're not watching NXT over is AEW.
Yeah. We'll move on to the next thing. It will be your injury.
Oh, story of the week. Let me go back to a bigger screen then, because we'll go back to the
stop share.
Yeah. We're learning, people. We're learning as we go. All right, that's good enough. Okay. So I don't know if I've even told you the whole story. You know that I had this I don't know if you ever noticed it, that bump on my eye. Did you see it? Okay. About a year ago, I had this huge bump come up on my eye. And I was like, dang, that's a big old bump. I was like, sometimes I get acne, no big deal. So it gets popped, get rid of it, whatever. But it goes away. It took me forever to get it to go away. When it goes away, there always remained this little I could always feel this little knot or seed or something still there. You know what I'm saying? It was like a scar. And I was like, I'm just going to have a scar there, whatever. So go on with life. And I guess timeline matches up almost perfectly. Because this year, a year later, it just comes back up as a bump again. And I was thinking, okay, that's weird. I was like, if it stays around for too long, I'm going to go to the dermatologist. So it stayed, and it was doing everything that a bump does. But it was just times 10. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, I'm going to go to the doctor. So I go to the doctor. And what was I expecting? I was expecting, it's a bump. It's we're just gonna, gonna be gone. You're gonna go home. So she comes in there. She was like, yeah, so we think it's the cyst on your eye. She's like, so what we can do, I can get some scalpel, whatever. I can cut it. I can get this stuff out, and shouldn't be no problem. Should be like heal on its own, go on with life, right? So I'm like, cool, let's do that. The numbing process, I will say nothing hurt except for the numbing process. When she pulls out 6 needles, I'm talking like needles. As I watch her go, like, just imagine, like, you watch all the creepy, scary movies, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody coming at you with a needle straight at your eye. Because this is like on my eyebrow. She comes in with like 6 needles, like, and I'm like, all right, that's coming at my eye. And that's such a tender, like, area. That hurt. That, I'm talking pain, man. I'm talking pain. I could feel like the numbing fluid filling out like across my eyelid. Like I could feel the hot liquid going into my eyelid. And it felt like a bee sting, but worse, right above my eye. And there was 6 of them, 6 shots. And I was like, okay. I was like, I'm hoping this is the worst of it, which it was. Because after it got numb, I didn't even feel it touching my eye. But next thing I know, she's like, I'm numb. She's working a little bit. I can't see it. And she's like, yeah. She's like, okay, so here's what we found. And I was like, okay. And she was like, so we had to go a little bit deeper than the cyst because it's not a cyst. It's ingrown hair. So it was like my eyebrow. I had some ingrown hairs. And she was like, yeah, so since we had to go deeper, I'm gonna have to give you some stitches. And I was like, all right, cool. All right, battle wounds, I guess. So now I got 2 stitches right in my eye. There they are. You see them right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming out tomorrow. I've had them in a week. But there's more to the story. So I get a call Wednesday, which was yesterday. And she's like, yeah, she took a little culture of it, like a little sample, just to make sure it wasn't serious. And I guess from the whole year of it being there and me messing with it, it got staph infection. So I had staph infection like right here in my eye. Now, staph, if you don't know what staph is, it's like basically an infection, and it's like a lot of like you see like wrestlers get it, or like John Moxley, or like contact sport, because like it's a lot of like bacteria. I don't know. I don't have any explanation of how I could have got it other than messing with the bump too much and just like whatever I did that day, bacteria. That's how I got it. But I mean, thank the Lord it was good enough that I was already taking medicine for it to go away. So like it's not like it gets contagious because I was already on antibiotic and stuff. But I thought it was funny because like when I had got this, it reminded me of Hangman. Because Hangman got the little, he was like, I'm gonna rip the stitches out of my eye. He's like, when he was coming at Jericho. And I was like, dang, I'm like Hangman. Then I found out it was Staph, and I'm like Moxley. I'm like John Moxley.
Hey.
All the wrestlers. So yeah, I feel you, Mox. I got some, I got some battle wounds too. I tried to create some cool story of like, yeah, I was in this fight with like this biker gang. One of them clipped me on the eye. Had to get some stitches. But
like the episode of SpongeBob.
but I'm probably gonna have like a cool little scar right there now. But it is what it is. You told your like near death defying story the other day of how you had like the flu all in a matter of a weekend. So I guess I'll tell my injury story. I guess nobody try to have any injuries after this story. We'll get Devin on here and let him talk about his ex.
We might. I don't know. Let me see. Do you see mine on my eyebrow? Can you see that?
Oh yeah, that's a Relive story.
Yeah. It might. Is that in the same spot? What eye is yours on? On the left, right?
No, it would be here, right? Because if I'm looking the same way as you, that's your right side. So it's on my left side. So.
Okay, that's all you had to say was it's on my left. I could have been saying this.
Oh yeah.
Well, you're left-handed though, right?
I'm left-handed when I write. I'm sports and stuff I do right-handed.
Well, you're left-handed when you're right. That means you're left-handed. Whatever hand you write with is what you are.
That's my story. So yeah, I got some battle wounds. If anybody was wondering what this thing is on my eyeball, there it is. Stitches are coming out tomorrow though, so.
You want to see it bleed?
I'm gonna walk in there and just be like, "Oh, you want to surgically remove them? No, I ripped him out of my eye." And full of hanging.
There you go. Was that it?
That's it. Yeah.
All right, we'll move on to movies. Okay. There's movies that, you like. You see a movie, you're like, okay, that was a fun movie. And then there's movies you see, you're like, that's a classic. Okay. So what's a movie that you could watch as many times? You want to watch, like, oh, it's on TV. Let me stop what I'm doing. Let me watch, We got a choice. You want to watch this or this, and you see it's there. Okay, I'll take that one. What's your movie that you could watch over and over, even though you know how it ends? So the whole thing of wanting to see it finish out isn't the thing. It's you already know how it ends. What are some movies? Give me a few.
Avengers, Infinity War, or Endgame. I could watch either of them. The Patriot. I don't know if I've talked about it on the podcast, but I know I've talked about it to you before. I love that movie, The Patriot, with Mel Gibson, Heath Ledger. A lot of good people in that one. I love that movie. I don't know if there's any more other than like I don't want to start reaching to where it's like, oh, I might get tired of that movie after. But those three right there, I think I could rewatch like every day.
Okay. I got two. Might have a third. I might have a third and a fourth. I just haven't seen them yet. But I hear they're really good, and like the clips I've seen have been good. But they seem like classics. I just haven't seen them yet. But the two that I'm going with, the first one is the classic of all classics. You can't beat it. Remember the Titans. Yeah. Watch that thing. The Devil. I watch this thing every day. That movie.
I knew you were about to say that.
That movie's amazing. It has everything. You want quotes? Oh, it's got quotes. You want a good story? A good story. You want laughter? Laughter. You want what else? You want emotion. You want to bust out the tissues. You'll bust out the tissues. This movie has everything. Second is the reason that this topic made it onto the podcast. It is what made me think about this. And it is The Parent Trap. Now you're probably like, Parent Trap, where'd that come from? I don't know. But I was just sitting there thinking like, dang, I ain't seen The Parent Trap in a minute. I was like, dang, that's a good movie. I could see that thing over and over. That movie's really good. It had me thinking, I don't know. I wasn't trying to do that, but it was just a cool story. I almost said it had me wanting that to be me, but I don't want that to be me. It wouldn't be a movie. Is only a movie. It's not like that in real life. But that movie was good. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay, it's got. It was funny. Uh, it had some good songs. That one song in there, I don't know what it's called. You know that one song?
And Parent Trap?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it had like memorable songs like that. It wasn't like a musical.
No, it had that one song get played in there. It's like this will be. Let me hold on.
I don't know, but you want to reference something real quick that kind of tie in two of our segments together? I think Lindsay Lohan is the ladybug on The Masked Singer this season. Look at the ladybug. Listen to her. Tell me it's not Lindsay Lohan. I'm telling you, it's Lindsay Lohan. You heard it here first. Well, not first, because I got one of them said that too, but I was thinking it before that. I knew it was Lindsay. It's got to be Lindsay.
No, not that one. This one. I know you've heard this song on it. You heard this?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of the name of it. What was it called? Yeah, everybody's heard that song.
Yeah. It had that guy on there, which I like that. And the two that I might put on there, you're probably like, how can you might put a movie on there you have not even seen yet?
Yeah, I was about to say.
I know that makes no sense, but there's two. One of them I forgot the name. You're probably like, how are you gonna put on there? You don't know the name of it. I ain't seen it yet, so just wait. Just wait. One is A Few Good Men. Have you seen it?
No, I don't think so.
I've seen this one clip, and he's like, I might have told you before. He's like, they're sitting on like the podium, and like he's quite. It's the movie that has You Can't Handle the Truth. Is that movie? But he's sitting like in the court, and the dude's asking him, and he's like, "Are we clear?" And he's like, "Yes, sir."
Oh, it's got Tom Cruise.
Are we clear? He's like, "Crystal." Like,
is that Tom Cruise?
I think so.
Yeah.
That one line made me like it.
Yeah.
That's fine. He's like, "Crystal." That one, and then there's another one where like I forget what it's called. I think it has Samuel Jackson in it, maybe. And long story short, like it's set like in the past in like the 60s or something. And these white guys had like kidnapped this black girl and like took her to like a bridge and like raped her and then like threw her off the bridge and like drowned her or something. And they were tried in court, but like the people that were like the prosecutor couldn't get to like the people in court to see and understand like that these people should be punished. So he was like, "Okay, everybody close your eyes." And the other dude's like, "Objection." And he's like, "I'll let it happen." And so he says, "Everybody close your eyes." And he describes what happens. And he's like, imagine they stole they kidnapped these girls, they did this. And then he's like, "Now imagine they're black." And then he's like, "Now open your eyes." And it's just like, I haven't seen it, but I think everybody's like, "Oh, okay, yeah." I don't know what it's called. Though. I think it has Samuel Jackson in it.
I think I know. But regardless, how do you know you're going to watch either of these movies and want to watch them continuously forever?
Because I already like that one clip, and I ain't even seen the movie. Are we clear?
You wouldn't put any Avengers movie on
yes,
there?
Sir.
Endgame?
Are we clear?
You would put Endgame on there.
Crystal. I'm not putting MC. If I put MCU on there, I'm just gonna. How about this? MCU. There we go. It just covers it all. MCU.
Are all of them that rewatchable? I see. I just said Infinity War and Endgame.
Which ones would you not want to rewatch?
I mean, I'm not saying not rewatch them, but like, I'm not clamoring. I mean, they're all good movies, but I'm not clamoring to watch The Incredible Hulk every day.
Incredible. Don't sleep on football. I wasn't including any Marvel because I tend to put Marvel in terms of movies in a different category because like with to me with a regular movie that's not Marvel, you like come up with all that like yourself kind of.
Yeah.
Not towards like that, but like with the super movies, like you have like a baseline you can start off with. And you already have like there's already stories that you can make adaptations to. So like with some movies that are just from scratch, like that's a bit more
Yeah.
to me in that sense. But they're still good. I just wasn't including them. But when I just talk about movies simply, I don't include them. You got anything else? Any other movies?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. The next one is a relive. We've had 2 relives, correct?
Yeah.
Party and when ISIS tried to kill us.
When what tried to kill?
ISIS tried to kill us. Yeah, we talked about that. You must not remember.
What? I say that again.
ISIS.
ISIS tried to kill us.
Yeah.
That was a relive segment?
Oh my gosh.
I remember we tried to fight each other. Was that a relive segment?
Hold on.
I had the Jeff and Punk one.
Dang, I can't see that. Wait a minute. I know we talked about it. I put it in the thumbnail one time. No.
You got us questioning ourselves on our own podcast here.
I swear we talked about that.
I wrote it down somewhere. I had to. Our relive segment, our middle school scuffle, and Slender Man.
No, I swear we talked about that. Oh, we didn't?
No, we had the fight, and then the Slender Man reference.
Go subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, you guys. Why are you not subscribed? Okay.
What are you talking about?
Well, never mind. We won't.
Save that one because I don't know what you're talking. I don't even know what you're talking about. So
For the ISIS.
Yeah.
Okay, save ISIS.
Yeah, because I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, we'll save that one. Okay.
Unless you want to save the one you were gonna do and just talk about ISIS now.
Well, we've talked about ISIS so much. I will just go with that. Okay, I'm talking about when we were going to see Survivor Series.
Oh, we didn't talk about that, but okay. Now I know what you're talking about. Okay. All right, go ahead. Yeah, that's.
You start it, and I'll fill in wherever you don't hit.
Okay. So this is back when wrestling. I guess it was cool. I mean, we were still into it. Like WWE, we were still into WWE.
Hindsight 2020.
Yeah. So, Survivor Series. It's a big pay-per-view that WWE does every year. It was coming to Atlanta, and we had convinced your dad, which is not, your dad is not always, it's either we're going or we're not going. So we were going to this Survivor Series. We had bought tickets, I'm pretty sure. We had got tickets, yeah. And then some, I don't even, it probably wasn't even real. It was like some dude on Twitter or something was just like, there's been ISIS threats at Phillips Arena in Atlanta for Survivor Series this Sunday. And, everybody went ballistic. And we're making sure we're up in security so everybody is safe and everything. Well, moral of the story, my mother and Matthew's mother, Matt, my cousin, was not having it. They didn't care if like the whole military was outside the building.
Were they conversing with each other about
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. They were like, yeah, they're not going. And so
Wait, what about your dad? Where's your dad at? What was he like?
I don't think he really cared either way. As
Math?
long as long as he didn't have to go, because he didn't want to go.
Hey, that's a way to do it.
Not because like just because he's not interested in wrestling. And every time I made him go to a wrestling show, he was like, except little tidbit, this ain't gotta be a whole nother relive segment. You remember that time he took us to Raw and like Seth Rollins was like taking forever to go to the back, and my dad, everybody else was quiet in the arena, and dad goes, "Shut up and get to the back already." Please tell me you remember that. I was like, Dad, ain't nobody else screaming right now. You can't just be yelling at Seth Rollins like that.
No, I
Anyway,
don't remember that.
maybe it wasn't Seth. It had to have been Seth. Okay. Anyways, point is, yeah. So me and Matt couldn't go to Survivor Series. Now,
Did y'all want to go?
yeah, I wanted to go. I didn't care.
Okay.
And you and your dad ended up going. So I'll let you finish the story. You know, how was your experience? But,
Well, first, you have to miss back then. It was almost like there was no like. Oh, okay, our form of communication was Xbox. Like there was no like you know Xbox is like yeah everybody gets an Xbox every day.
yeah.
So we're on there talking about it, and they're like, yeah, we're not going, and I'm like, oh dang. And then they're like, you're still going, Sims, and I'm like. I mean, yeah, I think so. And they're like, I mean, I wouldn't go if I was you. I would. I mean, I wouldn't risk it. You know. I'm like, I mean, I guess, but like, my dad, he's like, I just wouldn't risk it. You're going, Sims? I can't, Sims. You're not. I was like, I think so. So like, I'm on Xbox. I'm like, let me go downstairs. Like, I asked my dad, like, we still going? He's like, yeah. I was like, okay. And then I come back up. He's like, yeah, we're still going. He's like, I mean, I wouldn't go. And I talked to him about it some more, and he's like, I wouldn't. I think we might have been in the line to go or in line waiting to go in. And he's like, you think I would have brought you here? And you think I would have came if I didn't think it was safe? And I was like, I mean, I guess not. And then we're waiting in line. And like, I think it was for some reason, some plane flew above us. And I was like,
I know you got scared.
I said that. But it was just some plane. I was like, okay. And then we go in, everybody's having a good time. Like when you're in line waiting, everybody goes crazy. And then we get in there and out of nowhere, the pyro goes off. I'm like, oh no. Because it went off. I wasn't expecting that. I was like, we're gonna die again, but we didn't. And it was a fun show. Sheamus cashed in his Money in the Bank. Which was like everybody was like leaving, and then like everyone was like, wait, well, he might cash in. So everybody stayed, and then like he did cash in because like they made it seem like he wasn't gonna cash in because like Roman won and the confetti came down, and we're like, oh,
Nobody liked Roman at that point.
Roman, oh, the confetti's coming down, it's over, and then out of nowhere, Sheamus comes out, and nobody was trying to be like, we want Sheamus as champion, but in the moment when somebody's at the cash in, you don't care who it is,
and they just didn't want Roman.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So Sheamus comes out there. We're going crazy, and he cashes in, and I think he goes for a bro kick. Roman dodges it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, we're not doing this. And then Roman bounces off the rope for a spear, and then Sheamus just clocks him with a bro kick. I'm like, yes, 1, 2, 3, that's it. Got the dub. And then like later on, I think me and my dad went to like a Raw in Nashville, I think, where Sheamus was champion. And I was like, I do not like this. Like, I don't know why I was hyped. But yeah, that was that was when ISIS had tried to snipe us down, I guess. And they never got their refund. So they were just out of luck.
Well, I thought I was gonna mention. I think the way to get into now State Farm Arena is cool because like that crazy hype line is like CNN. You got to go through the CNN Center, which connects to.
Yeah,
That's cool. That's cool because it was like everybody was going nuts in that line. If you've been to Atlanta, if you've been to that arena, you know. But yeah.
We'll save the one I was gonna do for next week. And we'll go to this one. Okay, so you have the choice of living anywhere else in the world. Where else would you want to live?
Let me go. I'm going like out of here. Like I'm not staying in America.
Okay.
Just because I could just choose anywhere else. You know why go from like Georgia to Wyoming? You know. So I'm gonna go.
Why would anybody want to go to Wyoming anyway?
Just that's the first one to get.
Wyoming? Are you from there? So who comes up with Wyoming?
So I'm thinking like you gotta think it logically too. You don't want to be like on one of them islands that can just like get straight smacked by a hurricane like any given day. You want to kind of be like safe a little bit. So I might go somewhere in Europe, and I'm
got a specific place in Europe. I mean, Europe's pretty big, dude.
I don't know. I ain't got like a favorite country in Europe.
You must not have never thought about this.
Not really.
Give me one place.
Actually, I've heard Australia is kind of cool. I think I'd go to Australia.
Okay. To that, I would say, they have like some very deadly bugs.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know they got some deadly stuff down there, but like people don't be dying every day from that kind of
Yeah. Oh, they probably do actually.
People look at America and go, oh, they got the flu over there. Like they got colds and sinuses.
A flu vaccine. Get your vaccines.
They don't be getting flu vaccines in Australia. They ain't got.
Have you got your flu vaccination?
I don't do it.
You don't get flu vaccination?
I used to, and then it started giving me the flu, and so I was like, yeah. Because you know what the flu vaccine? That's putting the flu in you. So
you don't have to tell me.
Oh yeah, you're pharmaceutical. That's right.
You don't have to tell me.
Yeah, look at old buddy. Oh, that man sat up a little bit straighter. He said, hey, you ain't gonna tell me.
No, I'm just saying you don't. I mean, I haven't taken my immunization course. I take that next semester, but you don't have to.
Where would you go?
I got 3 places. Darn near 4. First one. Have you heard the song with Y2K, Baby No Money? What's it called? When I popped out and your girl gave me just a little bit of. You heard that song?
Yeah.
Right after that, he's like, he's from the north, he's from the Canada. I'm going to Canada. Scoop. I'm going to Canada. Second, I'm going to Australia. Third, this is not in order, I'm just naming them. Third is like my last resort if it doesn't work out. I go to India. Fourth, I'm going to England. Let me give my reasons. 1, Canada, Australia, and I think India maybe. When I looked it up, I know England, Canada, and Australia. I think they all used to be a part of the Commonwealth or something. Don't quote me. I don't know history, but like they were a part of like the Commonwealth or something. And I can find that to kind of be true because they all kind of have like accents, kind of that are kind of like similar, kind of a little bit. Not really, but like kind of. So I wouldn't mind having a Canadian accent, um, Australian accent.
Oi.
What?
I just said oi.
Oh yeah, or a English accent. And India, I think like they might have been part of the Commonwealth too or something. So I just threw them in there. I really don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. Yeah, I saw this somewhere.
Dubai, maybe. Dubai's cool.
Yeah.
That's in the Middle East.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to go there. That's just my last option. My number one is England. I'm really trying to go to England. Like Australia is cool.
Um,
Canada's fine, but I'm trying to go to England. England's dope. And I could have a British accent. Man, a British accent? That'd be so cool.
I mean, I like traveling. Me and Mackenzie want to travel a lot. And we've traveled some, but like, so I want to go see a lot of places. I think we might be taking our right now. We have it scheduled, subject to change. Card subject to change, but
You know, is this a promotion?
um,
It means who we said is going to be there, not going to be there.
I think
Not showing up.
I think right now we're slated for like Germany, like for a honeymoon, which Germany's cool.
Geheimslaheim.
Yeah, everything they say be sounding mad. I swear.
What did he say? What did he say right there? He didn't say Geheim. What did he say?
I don't know. You talking about Walter?
Yeah, Walter.
He's Austrian though.
Oh. My bad. Yeah, I tried to. Let me not do that.
Germany's
Okay.
cool. I mean, I'm not choosing to live in Germany, but Germany's cool. And to speak German, it's like Doofenshmirtz. You know Doofenshmirtz? I think he was German. So
I thought he was.
that's a cool place. That's cool.
I thought he was something else. Well, here's my follow-up question. Now, just so we can eliminate all the technicalities you're going to ask me, your life is the same, okay? You met the same people in elementary school, primary school, okay? You played soccer. You did the same thing, okay? Your life is the same. And don't get into, oh, but the Georgia Bulldogs aren't over there and Falcons are okay. Don't get technical. Okay. Don't get technical. Just go blank.
Okay, go ahead.
If you could pick up your life and like have it happen somewhere else, but this doesn't change anything about you, except you obviously speak a bit different because you're from a different place. But would you rather like essentially copy and paste your life to somewhere else? Like, would you want to live somewhere else legit and you still have your same, none of your memories are different. It's the same thing. You just live somewhere else.
I mean, do I have the choice not to? Yes or no?
Yes, you could perfectly say, I want to stay in Adairsville.
I think I'm cool in Adairsville. Like, I would stay just because, like.
But it's okay. Go ahead.
Just because, like, it's not that it wouldn't be cool to live somewhere else, I guess, but I think you realize, like, to other people who were not born in America, you often hear like the American dream, and they're like, oh, I've always wanted to come to America. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think, like, if to pick up and move, for an American to be like, oh, I'd love to pick up and move to like Germany. When you get over there, it'd be like, this is cool. And like, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. My life just moved. But I think
you're not pick. It's not like you're picking up and moving it.
I know.
There.
My life was always like German.
Yes.
Okay. At some point, I'd still go, man, if I was German from the beginning, I'd go, man, I wonder what it's like to be in America,
But
so
didn't you just say you want to see what it's like to go to Europe?
To travel, not to live there.
So you think if you live in Germany, you're like, man, I want to go live in America.
I think that's what you do. I think that's what I do. So I'm gonna stick with Adairsville. I can always go buy another house over there. I can go buy a house in Germany. Travel over the summer.
Okay.
That's a hard question. You can't just like.
How is that hard?
I'm just waiting for your answer. Go ahead and give your answer.
I'm out of here. I'm gone. I was not here. I was never here. You would have seen me because my life is so essentially you have to come with me anyway. So your answer didn't matter. So all my friends are going with me. Everybody that was here was there. So your answer didn't matter to begin with. So yeah, I'm gone. I'm going straight to England, and I am British. I'm gone. I get a whole British accent. I'm out of here.
You could have gotten that out. I often think like, how easy is it to get into wrestling school? You know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like for like England, it's just like an everyday occupation. Like, wake up on Monday, oh, I'm going to go to wrestling school today. And it's just like, they're just like on every street corner, I figure. Because like, wrestling's huge in England.
Yeah.
I think it's like,
since I was 8.
I mean, it's huge in America, but not really in the South. It's like, there's not a lot of,
it used to be.
Yeah, but like there's not a lot of like classes or training camps in the South anymore. Like I can't like there's probably not like, I looked it up like one time. I think Heath Slater. Sorry. I think Heath Slater has a wrestling school in Atlanta. And so I was like, oh, snap, I'll go get trained by Heath. Heath, despite what you think of Heath could actually go in the ring. That dude is sell better than a lot of people. So, and he's a good act. He's a good gimmick. So I think like, I was like, okay, cool. So let me look it up. It's like $4,000 for like a week. It's like, yeah, come stay a week. $4,000. I'm like, never mind. I'll just like do what the Bucks did and build a ring in my backyard and just like start flipping and stuff. Yeah, never mind.
I don't know how much they cost over there. So is that the only thing that would get you to go? Is that what you mentioned that?
Was like the wide opportunity of wrestling.
Yeah, or you just
that could sway me because it like I'm not dying to be a professional wrestler over here, but like if I was in a place where I was surrounded by it all the time, I might just be like, okay, well I love it. I'm gonna go do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't just have like the opportunity to just like do it here. Not that I'm clamoring to do it, or it's like a dream, but like if you're around it, like if it's on the end of my street, why not go try out?
Yeah. Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, we got through all the topics except for the one that we're just going to save for next week. Because you could squeeze it in, but there's no point in trying to squeeze it in. So we'll just call it a wrap.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know how you like this new setup. Do we like the dang that man disappeared? If you like the new setup, let us know. Like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube channel. This is episode 7 of the One Stop Shop podcast. Once again, we forgot a week. We didn't forget a week. We just had a lot going on, and it took a little bit for episode 6 to upload. Hopefully, we're not going to have those problems again. This new setup that we have conjured here, maybe it works out a little bit better. Hope you like it. Once again, let's give you all a last little view of that. There it is, episode 7. All right. Like, comment, subscribe. Sims, take us home.
Oh, man. First episode with video. Y'all didn't know we had that, did y'all? We didn't know we had that either. Yeah. The episode 6 might take a little bit to come out. This one's not going to take that long.
Yeah, we got this one.
Hopefully. This one should be out. But yeah, we're going to use this video more. And hopefully the audio is better. You can hear me.
Yeah, that was a big thing of
you can hear me.
Audio.
I don't sound like I'm on the phone. Because if we're being honest, this is what happened. This is what we did. Stuart would call me, and he would record the audio on his laptop from the phone. So what you heard is what it was. I was on the phone. It was terrible.
It was a phone call, really.
And he sounded good because his laptop was picking up his voice.
I mean, what do we look like? We got thousands of bucks to go dropping on some like equipment right now. We ain't got.
But this Zoom is free, so y'all can hear me good. You can see us. We can hop into stuff, and you can see our. Look at this. Oh, wait, where'd it go? Wait, what I did?
If you're trying to share something, you gotta share.
I mean, I did, but now my whole screen, like my mouse is gone. I don't know what's happening. Okay, well, let's just it's glitching. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I can't. Can y'all see me still?
Yeah, we can see you.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I don't know how to get out of this. My mouse is like gone. Like it's not there. But yeah. Episode 8 coming next.
Episode 8. We also not foreshadowing, but a little bit. We got some big things coming. We got some cool ideas coming. So always stay tuned.
We'll be seeing more of our faces. Yeah.
Yep. One Stop Shop podcast. Once again, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. S&STalk on YouTube. See you, everybody.